Good morning and welcome to InTouch, a Sunday morning public affairs show dedicated to the health and welfare of the Susquehanna Valley's residents. I'm your host, Joie Michaels. Join us at this time as we interview difference makers in the community who want to help make the Susquehanna Valley a better place. This morning, we're talking with Dave Brumbaugh, Executive Director, and Jared Mondell, Assistant Director for the Uptown Music Collective. We are talking school and training, COVID, Bean, and the upcoming CAC show, Good Times, Bad Times. For more, let's turn to our interview with Dave and Jared on InTouch, a service of Backyard Broadcasting.
All right. Well, then let's go. Let's start off and talk about the show. I mean, what did it take to get the show all together? Not only with COVID, but I mean, it's been a while since we've had a live act in anywhere. I mean, so many people are just itching to get out and see things. So what's it like?
This is actually our third performance since COVID.
Is it really?
Yeah, we did two. We did one in November.
We did one in November.
It was actually
beginning of December.
Yep. Ended up being December because we had to push it back. We did one in December, and then we did one more recently. And
we did one in February.
Oh, fantastic. Where was I? Under a rock, perhaps.
Well, the first one wasn't public. Are we recording?
Yep.
So the first one wasn't public because of COVID and because of a last minute. What happened? There was a surge.
It was when the state government came out and put more restrictions on for those holiday weekends.
Right.
We couldn't have the public in, so we did a straight live stream show, which was a first for us. Now, we were allowed to have a very limited number of parents in the audience so that there was at least some feedback for the students. But that one in December was a straight live stream. And then in February, we did kind of a hybrid where we were allowed 250 tickets a night, I believe.
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
Roughly in there.
And then we also did a live stream on the last night of the show, and that worked out really well for us. So.
No, fantastic. So what can you tell me about the show coming up? I'm getting everybody prepped up because it's Led Zepplin. Come on, it is amazing stuff. I mean, I'm a rock and roll chick, but it's got amazing classic stuff to it. What can you tell me?
Well, it's aptly named Good Times, Bad Times, and it's pretty much all of their well-known songs plus some album cuts that I think everybody probably still knows. It's all of their work, songs drawn from all of it. And we've been working on it for a couple of months now. Kids are killing it. They love playing Led Zeppelin music, so they're really pumped. And the audience should expect a really fantastic show.
Now, how did you decide which songs to go with? I mean, there's so many.
Well, luckily we put that on the kids. They have a leadership committee, and they go through and they decide. There's a couple directors as well that are all students, and they go through and they call out what songs they would like to do, and then Jared and I, of course, have that last minute say yay or nay.
See what's missing, what they may have overlooked, some things that they put in there that we may be like, maybe we'll swap this for that, but it's definitely a collaborative effort between us and the students.
Yep, and they have great ideas usually. So, and they also figure out how they're going to perform all of it and what order they're going to put it in. And
so, what instruments are we talking? Are we talking a lot of guitars and?
Talking a ton of guitars. We're talking, of course, the big drums of John Bonham. So there's some big shoes to fill there, and the bass, and lots of vocalists.
Lots of vocalists.
Plus, we're doing a acoustic set, which will include there's mandolin songs on a couple of those Led Zeppelin albums. So we have some mandolin, it's a 12-string guitar. It's all good stuff.
And how long will the show last?
About 2 hours and 20 minutes, probably somewhere in there.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, you'll definitely get your money's worth out of a Uptown Music Collective show, especially this one.
Oh, nice. And so, barring any, I'd want to limit our excitement for this show. What do we got in the future? I mean, is there anything, in sight worth, and even with COVID going on, is there anything that you've got your claws into that, perhaps you can hint about what might come up?
Well, we usually do 4 shows a year. We've already done 2. The first one wasn't heavily advertised. The second one was. This is our third one. The next one that we're doing before the end of the year is end of our school year, which ends obviously in August. Is an R&B show. Now, we don't have a title for that show yet, although well, we need one pretty quickly here, and that is June 18th.
It's coming up. Yeah, it's coming up in the middle of June, and that's going to be at the Community Arts Center as well.
Oh, outstanding. I hope that we are as helpful in getting that one going as this one, because this is outstanding. You keep mentioning school, and that I know I've spoken with Ian, and Ian said the kids that are in their high school, they graduate from the high school and your school at the same time. He said it basically runs together.
Not always, but it is a tradition. The majority of our kids go on to college, so they generally go into college in the next year. We have a kid currently who graduated last year, is still with us this year because he was auditioning for Berklee College of Music. He just recently got in, and
good.
So he'll be going off next year. But they're allowed to stay and play, but they generally go off to college, and we lose them, and it's sad. And then we grow new kids. Oh,
there you go. It's you have all of the talent. How do you get talent to come to your school? I mean, you're people know, they hear, and they want to be part of it.
Right. Well, the actual way it works is, yes, there is a lot of talent around here, but almost everybody can play music. They just need to be educated properly. So obviously we're a school. We're, as much as you see us as a performing organization, we are a school, and we take kids and we teach them from a young age how to play their instruments and how to act on stage and how to put together songs and how to write them and all of that kind of stuff. And we spend a lot of time doing that. A lot of the kids that are graduating this year, it's going to be kind of a tragedy next Saturday, as we do our senior night, because a lot of those kids have been with us for eight years.
Oh my!
And to have them go off is tough for us, because we kind of raise them as our musical children.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They go out into the world.
So, and I don't want to get too far off topic, but if someone is interested in being part of the collective, is everything on the website? Is there an application procedure and things like that?
Oh yeah, it's all on the website, uptownmusic.org.
Do you have any prerequisites?
No, we take all ages. Generally, we have a program for Discovering Music.
Our Discovering Music program will start as young as 3 years old.
Oh my!
And that'll run until about 3 to 8, and then from 8 to about 18 or 19 will be our core UMC program, which is what Dave was talking about, which then pushes into the performance program that we're discussing. And then beyond that, we even take adults as well. Once they graduate, or even if they're in college, we have our adult music program called AMP, and they can go as long as they want. 98 years old will take them. So,
oh my!
Yeah, we have a base of students that are in their 40s, 50s, even 60s that come in every week. And
oh wow!
It's a little smaller since COVID, but it was starting to ramp up, amp up, if you will.
Amp up, yeah, absolutely.
So speaking of COVID, what are you guys able to do? With the restrictions, and now granted they've been released a little bit and loosened a little bit, but how much has this really gotten into what you have to do to plan and get things going, either getting ready for a show or going through a show?
Well, just as far as the general educational programs, as soon as the governor closed the local schools, we closed as well. Everything went virtual. And we took, a week? And we
took a week to set up protocols, and then immediately jumped into virtual lessons to just keep that aspect of the school ongoing.
And we kept some classes and workshops going as well, but obviously we lost students over that period. I think 40% over
about there, yeah.
Attrition over time. Just it's not quite. The whole thing with the collective is kids in the same room playing music together. That's our goal, is to get them in a room together where they're playing together, and peer-to-peer education. And with that gone, that was tough. We reopened in September to live. And we've only closed down for a couple of days.
Yeah,
once or twice.
Only mainly because it was out of our reach. We were told that we had to by the state, and we've been kind of doing a nice balance of hybrid. We do have a lot of in person, but there are still some that prefer remote. So we again kind of pivoted and made that an option that's available, and something that we will probably keep doing into the future, because it helps expand our student base.
Yeah. As far as rehearsal, you can imagine all of the difficulties in that, particularly with singers. So we built booths surrounded by, shower curtains, the best way to describe it, circling them completely. and the singers stay in those booths and they sing with their masks off. Although now I make them sing with their masks on, just because it didn't seem to make that much of a difference, mask on or mask off. And everyone's distanced. We schedule things so they're not all in the building at the same time, things like that. But we still get through all our rehearsals. It just takes longer. What used to be like 6 or 7 hours on a Sunday now is like more like 8.
Oh my!
But that's okay. They're hardworking kids, and they enjoy being together. So
Now, how does it work for the show? I mean,
for the actual performance,
yeah.
The CAC's been really cool about it with their distancing of the audience, and with us, the kids are distanced on stage. They wear masks. So there'll be a whole generation of kids that will see their pictures from shows with masks on. We're just careful about our proximity to the audience. We don't get too close to the edge of the stage. Kids aren't allowed to go out into the audience anymore. And anything, any other protocols missing? There's the constant disinfection of the microphone.
Constant disinfection. I mean, we take all of the rules that we have been given by the CDC and the state, and then we amplify them.
Oh, wow.
The Arts Center has been really good to work with, as they always have been, but especially with this. They wanted to get us back on the stage as well, so they were really ready and willing to help us do whatever we had to do to keep everybody safe and make it happen. So, like Dave said, there'll be, the seating restrictions in the Arts Center. They're not seating more than 2 or 4 people together. The first row or 2 closest to the stage is closed off so that there's more distance between the students and the audience. But yeah, like I said, the Arts Center has been really great working with them and helping us get through these strange times.
Yeah.
So the only real difficulty has been with school. There's a constant quarantine of various groups of kids due to COVID. A kid coming in with COVID being near somebody, and so they quarantine 3 or 4 kids that are around this particular person. So our students have been quarantined a lot, which keeps them out of rehearsal.
Geez.
At a time.
Yeah, that makes it interesting, I bet. Now, speaking of kids in school, I'm just so curious. Is it true, and I believe it is, that the more kids get into learning music, writing music, playing music, their other subjects go really well? Like math, for example.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely been studies done on this which prove that fact. But in my experience, I've been doing this for like 30 years. The parents are always amazed at and what we do is different. The kids have a lot of responsibility, a lot of leadership responsibility as well. So due to that, they start to become more structured in their lives, because if they're going to exist in this thing that they love, making music, they have to be able to keep a schedule. They have to show up on time. They have to have their work done, or else they can't do the performance, or they can't, be involved in something they want to be involved in. So yeah, it's definitely a proven fact that experience just continues into everything else in their lives.
Fantastic. Well, can you tell me, since I'm dying of curiosity, what is this phenomenon, Bean? What is the phenomenon, Bean?
Yes, that is so cool. Brennan Hepler, he's a student at the Collective for several years. He was a student at the Collective when he was really young, and he was good then. And then in high school, he became much more involved in our performance program. Always a hard worker, always a great voice, and went to Berklee College of Music, graduated, and was writing songs, and decided to go on American Idol, and now here we are. What is he in the top? We assume he's going to be in the top 16.
We are hoping for him to be in the top 16. We find out, I think, Sunday or Monday, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know. I must admit, I've never watched the show before.
Same.
And personally, I have to say I don't really enjoy it. But I love to watch him on it, and he is so vivacious, and the audience and the judges seem to love him. The camera loves him. He's great on stage. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'd say that has to be a matter of pride, guys. It is just,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And we're just so happy for him, because he's a great kid, and to see him succeed and to get where he wants, hopefully this will get him where he wants to be.
So then will they have to, they're voting now, and then they decide, or they...
The voting is over. They do it that day. What do they, until the next morning or something?
Yeah. And again, kind of like what Dave said, it's not necessarily something that we've ever really paid attention to.
Never.
As far as talent competitions on TV.
Yeah.
That's not really, doesn't really trip our trigger. But because Brennan was involved, we started paying a little bit more attention. And what we understand is he was in the top 24 this past weekend. There was audience voting, and then the winners will be announced this next round of episodes. And I guess it keeps going like that until the end. They go 16, and then it's down to 8, and then it's like elimination or something like
getting
that.
voted off the island or something.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But yeah, it was amazing to watch him. He did a duet with Josh Groban on Sunday, and that was I've never seen Josh Groban before, but they were together, professional. It was very professional sounding. Bean Brennan just met him right toe to toe.
Oh, wow.
Good stuff.
So, and when was the last time that you guys saw him? I mean, as far as him being here, I mean, how long ago?
Since COVID, I haven't seen him. He came in to record something. Oh, it was Christmas before, right?
Yeah.
Christmas before COVID struck.
Yeah.
He came in to record something in the studio at the Collective.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
But yeah, he's that's a great thing.
Yeah, and we like it because it's a local boy, and we're just we're so proud.
And all those things are inspiring for our students, because a kid from Williamsport on American Idol in the top 16, it's like, if he can do it, I can do that.
Oh, absolutely.
It opens up this whole realm of possibility that you might have closed off before. And we have other students that have done really cool things like that, and for them to see that's really good.
Outstanding. Well, I don't want to keep you guys all day, but is there anything you'd like to just, as far as a wrap up, especially about the upcoming show?
The show is happening April 16th and 17th. Because of the limited number of tickets we are allowed to put on sale, we actually put on a matinee is on sale for Saturday the 17th at 2 o'clock. So Friday and Saturday night at 7:30, and then Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. We are also offering a live stream of the Saturday night show as well. All of those tickets are on sale at caclive.com.
Thanks to Dave Brumbaugh, Executive Director, and Jared Mondell, Assistant Director for the Uptown Music Collective, for taking the time to talk school and training, COVID, Bean, and the upcoming CAC show, Good Times, Bad Times. Don't forget the concerts coming up this Friday, April 16th, and Saturday, April 17th. Tickets for the performance are $20 in advance and $25 on performance nights. Tickets for the Saturday night live stream are $15. Advance and streaming tickets are only available through the Community Arts Center box office and website. For details about the show, you can visit them online at uptownmusic.org. With more on deck, we hope to talk to them again soon. Thanks for listening. This has been a production of Backyard Broadcasting's In Touch. I'm Joie Michaels.